This is a true story that took place in New York. It tells of an old man who found himself desperate and alone. His stomach ached with hunger, and despite his best efforts, he could not find a single soul willing to help him. He asked for food, knocking on doors and begging of strangers, but each door closed in his face. With no other choice, the old man did something he had never done before. He stole a loaf of bread, but he was caught. The people of the city, who had turned him away when he was starving, were quick to bring him to justice. He was dragged to court, where he stood trembling before the judge, his eyes filled with tears. "I almost died of hunger," the old man said, his voice cracking. "I asked for help from many people, but they all refused. It was the first time I have ever stolen in my life. I didn't know what else to do." The courtroom fell silent as the judge looked at the old man. He could see the desperation in his eyes and the sorrow etched into his face. The judge's heart was moved by the old man's story, and he knew he couldn't treat this case like any other. Instead of condemning the man harshly, the judge did something unexpected. He sentenced the old man to pay a fine of $10, a sum that was significant to someone with nothing. However, before anyone could react, the judge reached into his own pocket, pulled out a $10 bill, and placed it into the court's treasury. "I will pay your fine," the judge said, his voice firm but kind. In that moment, the old man was free, but the judge wasn't done yet. The judge stood up, his eyes sweeping across the room filled with onlookers. He spoke clearly so that everyone could hear. "This case is not yet over," he declared. "I sentence each person present in this courtroom to pay a fine of $10 for living in a city where a man has to steal to avoid dying of hunger." There was a murmur among the crowd, but no one dared to protest. The judge removed his hat and handed it to an official. "Pass this hat around," he ordered, "and collect $10 from each person here." The official walked through the courtroom, collecting money from the 48 people present. Some gave willingly, others reluctantly, but in the end, the hat was filled with $480. The official returned to the judge, who then handed the entire sum to the old man. "You are not just free," the judge said softly, "but now you have the means to take care of yourself. Let this be a reminder to all of us that no one should ever have to steal to survive." The old man, overwhelmed by the kindness shown to him, could barely speak. He left the courtroom with tears in his eyes, but this time they were tears of gratitude. If you find value in this story, please like, share, write a comment below, and follow for more meaningful tales.